Chapter 8: The Storm That Sank a Fleet. The Rodney and her Spanish companion left the coast of Spain and turned east toward Port Mahon, a harbor on the island of Minorca. The sky was bright, the air warm, and the sea calm. Joseph and the crew worked steadily, trimming sails and coiling ropes, unaware that the Mediterranean could change her mood in an instant. Late in the afternoon, the wind began to shift. Low clouds gathered on the horizon, their edges tinged in a strange, coppery light. Old sailors glanced upward, muttering to one another. "Feels like a Levanter's brewing," one said grimly. The wind rose fast. By nightfall, it was howling through the rigging like a living thing. Waves slammed into the ship, sending spray over the deck. The Rodney groaned and shuddered as if protesting every blow. "Reef the sails!" the officers shouted. Men scrambled into the rigging, clutching the ropes as the ship pitched and rolled beneath them. Joseph worked with the others, pulling in canvas until his fingers burned, all the while trying to keep his balance on the slippery yardarm. By midnight, the storm was in full fury. The sea rose into mountains, each wave threatening to swallow the ship whole. Joseph saw the Spanish warship ahead struggling to hold her course. Her sails were shredded, her masts straining. Then, with a sound like a giant snapping tree, the Spanish ship's mainmast broke. The vessel swung broadside to the waves, helpless. "God help them," Joseph whispered. The Rodney fought on, her crew working in soaked clothes, faces lashed by wind and salt. Commands had to be shouted into the gale, and even then, the words were sometimes snatched away before they reached the men. More than once, Joseph thought the ship might not rise again after sliding into the dark trough between waves. By morning, the Rodney was still afloat, though battered. The storm had passed as quickly as it had come, leaving the sea littered with broken spars and bits of wreckage. The Spanish ship was nowhere to be seen. Word soon came from another vessel in the fleet. She had been driven onto the rocks of Sardinia, smashed to pieces. Almost the entire crew had been lost. The news hit Joseph hard. Only hours before, those men had been alive, doing the same work he was doing. Now they were gone. The sea, he realized, gave no guarantees. A sailor's life was always in God's hands. The Rodney limped into Port Mahon for repairs, joining other ships that had been damaged by the storm. Looking at the shattered masts and torn sails around him, Joseph silently thanked God for sparing their lives yet again. Lesson for the journey. Life's storms may come suddenly and hit hard, but when we belong to God, we are never at the mercy of the wind and waves. His power is greater than the fiercest tempest. Bible verse: "You rule the raging of the sea. When its waves rise, you still them." Psalm 89:9.